Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus Wave US Agent. And let's go ahead and start it off by taking a look at the packaging. I feel like Hasbro did a little bit more work on the design for the packaging of these figures, and I really like it. There's a lot more artwork going on. I think it looks cool, and I kind of feel bad about throwing the boxes away, but they are boxes, so they are going in the trash. It is what it is, but I like the way it looks. We are able to see John Walker here with a little bit of accessories that he comes with. Down here it does say Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have the Disney Plus logo, US Agent, Marvel Legends. On the side of the box we get a look at John Walker, and as you can see, the art on the side of the box doesn't quite match the figure. We'll get into that a little bit more later. On the back of the box we get some more artwork of John Walker and then a very brief biography about the character. Right here we get a look at all the other figures that it takes to put together Captain America's wings. So there you go. On this side of the box we get some more of that awesome looking artwork, and that's about it for the packaging. It is collector friendly and all that cool stuff, but let's go ahead and take John Walker out and take a look. So here we have US Agent right out of the box, and my first impression is that I'm kind of having mixed feelings about this figure because I think they did a really good job with everything that we see here. He looks good, the sculpting work is nice, the paint is nicely applied, he's got some really good articulation, he's a lot of fun to pose and play with, so he does hit a lot of marks for me. But what's really driving me crazy is the fact that he's so inaccurate to the way that US Agent actually appeared in the show. First off, he does have a star on a helmet, which he shouldn't have, so that's one thing. And the other piece that really bugs me is the fact that they didn't put any white stripes on the chest. And not only did they not put the white stripes, they actually put the red paint on the wrong stripes, because if you look close, you can see that the first stripe is black, then red, then black, then red. It should be red, white, red, white. So not only did they leave off the white, but they also got the pattern wrong. So, you know, those are two things that kind of suck. And then one more thing that I really dislike is the fact that he has the molded on gun. Like, what part of the game is that? So, you know, those are things that are really bugging me. You know, I wish they were different, but you know, I can't tell you that I don't like this figure because they did a great job with it. He's got the pinless thing going on the elbows and the knees, and he's just awesome, man. He's a really good figure to pose around and play with, and he looks really good. And I know that this version of US Agent or John Walker didn't have a shield at the time. I'm sure he'll get like his US Agent shield eventually, but I really wish that they would have included a shield with this figure, because obviously accuracy wasn't necessarily the #1 priority because of what we have going on here. So why not throw a shield in there? Because if you give him a shield, this guy looks super badass. I mean, even without it he does, but you know, you give him a shield and it adds a little bit more to him, you know. So if they weren't going to focus on accuracy, it would have been nice if they threw in the shield. As it is right now, this is the comic Marvel Legends US Agent shield, and we need a new comic version as well. But yeah, look at that. That's dope, man. So I think they should have thrown that in there. Kind of sucks that they didn't, but it is what it is. But yeah, it really bugs me that he doesn't have the white stripes. And then, you know, like I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, you're going to paint it and fix it. And if all I had to do was paint the white stripes, it's like, okay, that's one thing, I could probably manage that. But now in this case, you have to repaint the red stripes white and then paint the black stripes red. So, I don't know, that's more work than I want to do. And I'm sure eventually Hasbro will come along and give us a more accurate looking US Agent. For now, this is what we have, and I do think it's a really nice figure, but I just wish it was accurate. But let's go ahead and get in close and take a look at the sculpted details, because they did do a good job on that. Starting off with the head, I think they did a really good job at capturing the actor's likeness. Obviously, he does have a helmet on, so it's hard to see all the details, but to me, it definitely looks like Wyatt Russell in the Captain America mask. From certain angles, it's perfection. Look at that. I think that looks really, really nice. I love the way the eyes look, too. They did a good job with that. And even though the helmet isn't accurate, I do like the colors and stuff that we have on there. We have some red and black on the strap there, and then we do have a bit of silver for the wings. We've got the star in the center of the head, which obviously shouldn't be there, but it does look good. And then on this side, I don't know if the strap is supposed to come along here like under the ear to the back of the helmet, but as you can see, the plastic looks a little weird. It looks like it's not painted or something. And on this side, doesn't even have it. So I don't know if this is just like an error or what's going on there, but it does look a little funny. It's not something I noticed when I was messing around with the figure, but you know, you get in close with the camera, you could see all these little things. And another thing I can see is that on the chin, it looks like it's missing a little paint. it seems as if the rest of the head is casted in the color of the skin and everything else is painted on, so you could see that maybe there's not quite enough paint on the chin, so I might have to hit that with some paint. And then moving down into the body, check out all this detail and texture. Man, look at all that. That looks so good. Damn. Look at the little buckles in there. Damn, I wish it was the right colors. This thing would have been so perfect. Look at all that detail. That's like import quality in my opinion. And look at the flag on his shoulder. It's kind of like muted or something. Damn, this makes me really... I hate to pre-order from Walmart, but having this figure makes me want to pre-order the standard Captain America John Walker figure from Walmart.com, which I'm really dreading because I've only had bad experiences pre-ordering there. But damn, I want that figure, especially after having this. This thing just kind of kicked that other figure to the top of the want list. Not all the way to the top, but a couple of notches up for sure. But yeah, just look at all that detail. Man, I like the way it looks too. Got the stupid molded gun here on the side though. Kind of kills it. But I like the red line running throughout the suit here. That looks good. Details on the legs. The boots have some nice detail. I like the little metal bits they put throughout the figure, like right here at the lower legs, and then up here on the chest that we're looking at, the belt, the star. It looks good. Check out the back here. Some more of that insane detail. It is a little shiny, so you know, you could hit it with like a matte base coat or something, but damn, this is a really, really good looking figure. Some insane detail, some nice sculpting work, and they did a good job with all that stuff. And for accessories, aside from the Build-A-Figure piece, John Walker doesn't really come with a whole lot. He does have two sets of hands though. So first off, we have a set of open hands that are kind of open in different positions. The right hand kind of looks like it's positioned in a way to make it look like he's reaching for his gun. And then the other hand is just like a gripping hand. And then he does come with a pair of fists. So not a whole lot, but I do appreciate that he came with two different sets of hands. And I really wish that he would have come with an unmasked John Walker head. I think that would have been nice. And now for some size comparisons. Here we have US Agent alongside the Marvel Legends Endgame Mark 85 Iron Man and the Marvel Legends Captain America 1 First Avengers Captain America. And next up we have John Walker alongside the Marvel Legends movie Deadpool and the Marvel Legends Logan movie Wolverine. And it's crazy to see how far Hasbro has come with their movie figures. I think these days they're really doing a good job as far as sculpt and posability and all that good stuff. Like this Deadpool figure is amazing, you know, like I think they killed it. This Logan figure, they killed it. And it's crazy because at first I don't think they were doing such a great job with the MCU kind of stuff. Like the very first set of Avengers figures, the 6-inch Avengers, I don't even think they were called Legends, but whatever they were called, they were cool for the time, but they didn't hold up very well. And then throughout the years, I feel like Hasbro kind of got left in the dust because like Figure Arts started to do the MCU stuff and Mafex and all these other companies. But I think right now, the level of Hasbro's quality is right up there with Figure Arts, and I think these three figures are good examples of that. Even though John Walker definitely has problems as far as accuracy goes, I think if we're talking about quality of the figure, he's up there. He's a really nice figure, and he could have been great if he was accurate. But yeah, it's a trip to see how far Hasbro has come with sculpting and all that good stuff, and just like overall good looking figures, you know, they're killing it. And next up we have him alongside the Marvel Legends Infinity War Captain America and Marvel Legends Power and Glory Endgame Captain America. And this John Walker figure has a very similar body style to these two figures that you see here. And then of course we have him alongside the Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Bucky Cap. And then for the final comparison, we have John Walker alongside his comic book counterpart. And this figure was very disappointing. I feel like he's way too small. They shouldn't have used the Bucky Cap body, and they really need to come along and give us an updated US Agent figure. And then on this side, I have my custom Mezco style US Agent with a soft goods suit done by Tiny Pants Tailoring. He did a great job on that suit, but I wasn't able to find a really good head sculpt for him. So right here he has the Spider-Man Classics Juggernaut head sculpt, and I know that's not the best choice, but that's all I had at the time, and I never came around to put a better head on there. If anybody has any suggestions for a good, easy John Walker head to put on this body, let me know. I will do it. I was thinking about putting on this movie version head, but it's just a little too small. But from like a, maybe if I like opened up the neck a little bit, definitely it looks cool. It's It's just a little too tiny. But yeah, this this Juggernaut head is pretty hilarious. I remember like hating this Juggernaut figure. I think I just threw it in a bin like immediately. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it, and then I was like, well, I mean, he's kind of like a crazed version of John Walker. I don't know, it kind of works for that. But yeah, I need to find a better head for that. But Mezco should give us a John Walker figure. I think that'd be dope. But Hasbro has to give us a John Walker figure, please, on a better base body. And the articulation on Walker is pretty good. He basically has the same articulation setup as your standard MCU Marvel Legends Captain America, which I'm usually pretty happy with. So I think we have some good stuff going on here. But let's go ahead and get into it. First off, he does have the new style of neck that they've been using on their figures. So it doesn't have a hinge or anything. It's basically just the ball joint, and we get some nice tilt side to side. It could swivel left to right. He can look up to about right there, and then it could look down to right there. So in this case, there's no movement at the lower neck like we have been seeing on some recent Hasbro figures. In this case, we just have movement at the ball joint at the head. But we still get some pretty nice range. Even looking up, he gets some pretty good range. So I'm okay with that. I think that came out pretty good. And then for the torso, we do have your standard ab crunch. It only goes forward to right there, but it makes sense for somebody who's wearing kind of like a padded armor kind of uniform. But yeah, that works. Goes back to right there. And then he does have a waist swivel. There is a belt right here, but it just kind of shifts out of the way, so that's cool. And then for the arms, they do go all the way around. They come out to the side. And I was kind of impressed by how much his arms could come up to the side like this, because I thought that his shoulder pad would kind of block it. But thankfully, there's enough clearance in there to get his arms way up. So that's nice. He does have upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. That's pretty good there. At the hand, we have a swivel and a hinge. For the leg, he could kick up to about right there. Could kick back to right there. Come out to the side. Can't really do the splits all the way, but pretty good. Then he has upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knee, which gets a good bend. Oh no, it only goes to right there. I thought got a little more. It's alright though. I think that's enough. And then he has a boot swivel, rocking ankles, go forward to there, come up to right there. So there you go. Not bad articulation. Not the most or anything like that, but it's definitely like your standard Marvel Legends articulation setup, which isn't too bad. I can't really think of anything he's missing. I mean, some butterfly shoulders would have been cool, a diaphragm cut would have been cool, but as it is right now, I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, I'm having a lot of fun just messing with it. You could definitely get him into some nice poses. You could do a lot of cool stuff with this figure. So as far as posability goes, I'm happy with them. Alright, so overall, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, the dust settles, and the serum's been taken, inaccuracies aside, I think this is a really nice figure. The sculpting work is extremely well done. I love the articulation on this guy. Even though it's very familiar, I'm still having a lot of fun playing with this figure, so I think that's really where this guy got me. But there's definitely a lot of flaws. Obviously, the inaccuracies is a huge issue. I really wish that they would have at least had the white stripes on the chest. Even if they were like the wrong pattern, I still would have been fine with it. But as it is right now, it just feels very incomplete. It kind of comes across as like an alternate version of John Walker, U.S. Agent. You know, and I just can't help but feel this figure has a limited lifespan, because eventually they're going to come out and give us the accurate colors of the character, and then this guy's going to be obsolete and he's just going to end up in a box somewhere or something like that. And I kind of feel like, you know, like I kind of got robbed a little bit, you know, because it's like, well, this thing is nice, but I'm gonna have to buy this version of this character again in a few years. It'll probably be in a 2-pack with Battlestar or something like that. We'll see. I mean, that would be cool and everything, but it just kind of makes it feel like buying this figure was a waste. And I do wish that he came with some more accessories, obviously. The 2 sets of hands is cool and everything, but it would have been nice if he came with a shield or maybe an alternate head or something like that. I know that he didn't have a shield when he looked like this, but again, if the figure obviously doesn't care that much about accuracy, so maybe they could have thrown a shield in there. And the other thing too is the molded gun. That really sucks, but you know, whatever. That's just something they do sometimes, and I always hate it, but it is what it is. It would have been nice if he came with maybe like an additional gun that he could hold. It's just kind of weak that he only has that gun in the holster and not like another one that he could actually use. So he definitely has a lot of flaws, but I'd be lying if I sat here and said that I wasn't enjoying this figure. I'm having a lot of fun messing around with it. I think it looks good. The head sculpt is really nice. The sculpted detail looks good. And just in general, it's a very high quality action figure. So from that standpoint, I really like it. You know, he just is inaccurate. That's all. So that does kind of suck. But it is what it is. I like the figure. And with that, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Also, be sure to hit the bell notification so you know every time that I go live. Thank you very much. Peace.